My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango to take you through our lunchtime news. Now, straight away into Parliament, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiwo, has urged the Ministry of Information, Communications and Technology to come up with ways on how to trace numbers of conmen who use numbers to steal big sums of money from members of the public, including members of parliament and ministers. While chairing a parliamentary sitting, Taiwo said the reason Uganda Communications Commission carried out the registration exercise for SIM cards was to protect telecom users. In another development, some members of parliament have expressed disappointment over the way land meant for sports activities in the country, like the one for scouts in Kazi, is being stolen.
Members of Parliament have decried the vice of conmen who hide behind children of big people like ministers, problems in their constituencies and voters. This issue that the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiwo, explained in his communication to the House, saying he was conned by someone who disguised to be a minister's daughter and was looking for love. However, this conman was traced and arrested. Taiwo told the House that all their contacts are on Google and can be found by anyone. The reason they are being harassed and conned. He, however, wondered why these numbers used by conmen are not traceable.
For someone to con in the name of Parliament, they don't need to be here. Okay? They don't need to be at Parliament. They can be anywhere. When you send mobile money, he doesn't need to receive it when he's here. The person who was trying to con me, saying he's around here at Makerere, was in Masindi. Okay? So, colleagues, your numbers are out there. Honourable Minister for ICT, I don't know how we shall be helped really, because here you said all numbers should be registered so that you're able to trace, but people are using numbers, they steal people's money, you try to trace, they can't, the telecoms can't trace.
A big number of members of Parliament are victims of this vice, but dying in silence. Some reveal that conmen promise jobs to the people in Parliament and ask for bribes, while others say voters conmen them, claiming they have problems.
I tried to check with the HR and they told me that there are very many conmen here who con people and they tell them there are jobs here. And I don't know whether there is anything that is being done really to stop people from conning in the building where really this is the house where order should be.
Some members of Parliament say government needs to invest in tracking these conmen and also ensure that investigations are done in time and culprits are brought to book.
But my concern is the local man down there, after being conned, is even aware about the person who conned him or her, but when the cases are reported to police, the investigations will take forever.
Meanwhile, during the same meeting, Member of Parliament Kalungu Sewungu raised the issue of the 123 acres of land for scouting in Kazi being grabbed.
Expired, and the kingdom was willing to renew the lease in interest in sort of Uganda scouting and guiding. But land is being taken, stolen at will.
The Deputy Speaker asked the Minister of Trade, David Bahati, to explain, but he did not have an answer at the time.
And inform the House with real facts about that land. Yeah. Because not all what you hear is what is on the...
Some members say the lease for Kazi land expired, was taken back to Buganda Land Board, while others say grabbing this land started with sand mining.
As regards to that land of scouts in Kazi, at the moment that land, the lease expired. So they are under renewal of the lease. That land was now taken back to Buganda Land Board at the moment.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiwo, in his communication, congratulated Ronald Rugumayo for his performance in golf. This brought about a debate on the land for the golf field in Gulu.
I add the voice to congratulate Rugumayo, Ronald, for making us proud. I beg to move.
For this may read our speaker, our golf course of Gulu was distributed to the leaders and the technical staff of Gulu District Local Government.
Lydia Chomkama, Farida Nafka, Parliament.
Ugandan engineers, especially those who offered oil-related courses, have been urged to undertake the international certification in order to fit in the oil and gas market. The director of Busoga International Polytechnic, Reham Mustafa, says the oil and gas sector requires skills of global certification to allow engineers to compete globally.
Thank you very much. Chiambogo University engineering students have been equipped with the knowledge of how to easily fit in the job market of oil and gas sector. One of such conditions is to be certified by the global training organizations like the Offshore Petroleum Industry Training Organization, OPITO.
OPITO is a global training provider specifically for oil and gas companies. They are the ones that set the standards of training for oil and gas companies.
The students were trained by Busoga International Polytechnic, who are accredited to carry OPITO trainings in Uganda.
We feel that our students in Uganda, especially students in Chambogo University, they need to be equipped with global certification to compete with the global market.
The Chambogo University officials welcomed the university's collaboration with the Busoga International Polytechnic and says this will give students opportunity to acquire international standards and skills for global job markets.
We're having a collaborative role and training. Of course, Chambogo, we have a big network of engineers and students which we bring to this on board. Busoga International have got the certification, this international accreditation to carry out this training. So we are having the training certification offered by Busoga International.
Philip Aguta for UBC News at Chambogo.
Now, the Atomic Energy Council has engaged with District Council accounting officers to equip them with skills and remind them of their role in ensuring a safety to the nation and, of course, in the field of nuclear energy application. The officers from the Central Region, by the end of the engagement, showed optimism and full support in providing necessary support required to enhance safety.
Chief Administrative Officers from the Central Region have commended the Atomic Energy Council for considering them integral to the implementation of the peaceful application of nuclear energy in their areas of operation.
Never enter radiation area, danger, radiation. Radiation beyond this point. They put a mark and then they say when you cross, there is radiation.
They were equipped with information regarding their role in atomic energy, especially in the fields of extraction, medicine and lobbying for funds.
This workshop has opened our mind in this aspect because previously when you hear about nuclear energy, you may think about atomic bombs and what.
They've assured us that mercury does not have a great impact on the human beings as well as the environment, for as long as they are not overexposed.
We expect them to support budgets that are related to improving radiation safety, nuclear security, radiation protection in facilities that are located in their areas of jurisdiction. So with that, we've agreed with them and have taken that point in good faith.
The sessions laid the groundwork for more engagements as COWS appreciated the opportunities nuclear energy provides in solving societal problems.
It is a peaceful coexistence to improve the lives of our people. And this is in line with the National Development Plan, which looks at having our people develop. Progress, we are looking at development. You know, development brings effects. So how can we mitigate the effects of development?
given that industrial and mining fields are mushrooming in their areas, which require regulation and monitoring. COWS recognized their importance of their involvement. From the meeting, an observation of integrating nuclear science into the education curriculum at lower levels arose, since nuclear applications are vital in the ecosystem.
The curriculum we have, right from secondary to university, includes nuclear physics, atomic physics. So those basic elements are already there. But maybe technically, at technical level, it's okay to expound.
This is the first engagement the Atomic Energy Council has undertaken with accounting officers who are charged with providing necessary support for investment in the area of nuclear application. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
Now, residents of Lake Katwe sub-county in Busongora County, Kasese district, are living in fear due to water that keeps eating into their land on which they reside. Through their local leaders, residents want government to construct a buffer along the showers of the lake.
Workers for Environment have on their fourth day crossed Kazinga Channel that joins two lakes of Edward and George. Before crossing, the team was welcomed by an astonishing view of the purported landslides that keep cutting off bites of the land for settlement.
This land was covering up to the other point, but it has been falling down up to where it is now. Our worry is the human settlement land has reduced because of these landslides.
To most residents here, the current picture of the channel is a total shadow of what their childhood memories hold. Attempts to plant trees along the showers have proved futile.
But as time goes by, even the trees have failed to hold the land. It is still falling down up to this point where it is.
It is on this basis that through their leaders, residents are calling for government intervention as soon as possible.
To help us in holding this land such that it doesn't continue falling down, and the human settlement or land can stay stable or the way it is now.
Later, workers engaged residents of Lake Katwe sub-county on matters relating to environmental conservation and climate change.
Okwegesa ninga okucelebratinga environmental day kigarika rengorwa sub-counties abo kube kintu kumanya central ministry ziriyo biga national level bigaruka hansi kukiraza Lake Katwe sub-county tutandike kuchipanga buri mwaka nitwetorora.
Asimwe Wilson, the Area LC3 Lake Katwe sub-county, seized the opportunity to lecture residents on the merits of tree planting.
Since we are near the equator line, I'm imploring at least each family should have 5 trees in the compound, so that we make this country green, so that we can manage to reduce the bad air in the ozone layer.
From here, the workers headed to Queen Elizabeth National Park, where they planted some trees.
Now, the Ministry of Health, in partnership with Heroes of Gender Transformative Action, has embarked on supporting health educators at parish levels in Busoga district with transport means to enable them reach distant places while transferring health messages to local people. The campaign is aimed at easing service delivery.
But one challenge we realize is that whereas we have activities that we want these people to do and we equip them through training and giving them the basic tools to work with to give us reports, one area has always been a big challenge, and that's the area of transport. So today we are grateful that we have been able to receive some form of transport through donations, courtesy of World Bicycle Relief, being represented by Buffalo Bicycles Uganda Limited, and in collaboration with the AMRES through the Heroes program. And that is why we are here in Iganga today to especially hand this over. I am aware we have been doing the same in Namaingo on 27th. Yesterday we were in Bugiri. Today we are in Iganga. So I want to thank Wild Bicycle Relief and the Heroes program for looking into this as one of the key bottlenecks that we have not been able to address as a ministry. And we do hope that more partners will join hands with government to be able to provide for us this form of transport mobility, which will help our volunteers to be able to do the work that they are supposed to do. Meanwhile, on part of government, we'll be able to give them the necessary tools to work with, and we hope working together with the partners, we should be able to make work of these.
These health workers provide information. There is a big gap in communities. There are misconceptions around health. Even when they are given drugs, at times the drugs are not well taken. So these community resource persons provide literacy about how they can take the drugs, but also give the skills, the competences to these young people and people in the community to be able to make appropriate decisions.
Most of our young girls lack information. Some of them even get problems because they don't know where to go and what to do. And we've been emphasizing their work is mainly to reach the homes of families within their catchment, to do counseling, to do assessment, to counsel, and even refer and advise them to refer to the facilities. But the biggest problem is but the villages are very far. You are telling us to move, but we can't reach each and everywhere.
Time for us to take a short break, but do not go away. We'll return with more news.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the
Osmosis.
Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock on my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting it. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
How to use the EIPP. Welcome to the Electronic Investors and Protection Portal, your guide to seamless investment processes in Uganda. Step 1. Navigate to the portal. Start by searching protection-statehouseinvest.go.ug. On Google, use the menu bar for various tasks. Step 2. Submitting a complaint. To lodge a complaint, click Report. Fill out the form, submit and note your reference number. Step 3. Making an inquiry. For inquiries, select Inquiry. Complete the form, submit and record your reference number. Step 4. Whistleblowing. To report anonymously, choose Whistleblow, fill the form and submit. Step 5. Accessing FAQs. Find the answers to the common questions under the FAQs link. Step 6. Seeking information. For investment cycle guidance, hover over Resources, click Resources Center and explore. Step 7. Exploring services. Hover over Services for stakeholder offerings like business registration. Step 8. Tracking progress. To track submissions, click Report, select Track Inquiry or Complaint. Enter your reference number and check your email for updates. Need more help? Call +256 326 100 630 or email info@statehouseinvest.go.ug.
As Uganda and as UBTS, we are hosting a high-level
Scientific Blood Transplant Congress from the 4th to the 7th of March at Peak Resort, Munyonyo. I call upon everybody to come and attend this important congress where we shall share knowledge, expertise, and new innovations in the field of blood.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalippagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi? Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu ya Uganda.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja, Busoga segment. Learn about how Busoga emerged from being a pawn of Buganda and Bunyoro to a mainstream kingdom in Uganda.
Defeated princes and defeated generals used the Busoga to reinvent themselves.
The Baisengovi were from Bunyoro.
So Namutukura also came as a prince.
He crossed River Nile with 11 clans from Bunyoro.
This area where we are was controlled by people who ran away from Buganda.
We people who live across the Nile, we are so related from our myth or from just the Nile.
We are similar people.
We are one. Use that word, pamoja.
We all bleed red.
Premiering Wednesday, 21st February 2024 at 5 to 9:30 p.m. at the National Theatre. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
We are blessed that you still allow us into your lunchtime space. It's time for us to see what's happening in the world of business as we start off with UDB performance. Uganda Development Bank gross loan disbursements in the year 2023 grew by 21%, while its total assets rose by 8% in the year marked with the rollout of new initiatives towards supporting the private sector.
Finance institution has released its 2023 unaudited results, which indicate an 8% growth in assets from 1.52 trillion shillings in 2022 to 1.64 trillion shillings last year.
Climate finance is at the center of most of sustainable businesses, and I think it is features a lot in topical issues, not just in the country but globally. The bank set up a climate finance facility. The intention is to capitalize it with 50 billion shillings.
UDB reports a slight uptick of 5% in borrowing and grants, reaching 245 billion shillings from 232 billion shillings in December 2022. At least 466.5 billion shillings was collected in loan repayments and reinvested to fund disbursements to various enterprises during the year.
We approved loans worth 691 billion shillings, and these loans are meant to support 201 projects spread all over the country. These projects are expected to generate 18,558 jobs.
The bulk of this approved funding targeted the industry sector, with 409 billion approved to this sector alone. A sum of 19 billion was allocated to fund primary agriculture activities, while 223 billion was approved to boost the infrastructure sector.
When UDB comes up to finance projects in the sector, you are helping us to lower the cost of electricity and also to lower the tariff.
This Sabo Nkonge solar line facility is among UDB's green financing beneficiaries, which is expected to generate 22.7 megawatts of solar electricity to be sold to government through Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited at 7 cents per kilowatt hour on the national grid.
It will be interconnected along the 142 kV, as you've heard, Kabulasoke and Nkonge transmission line, and will largely serve electricity consumers connected to that line, the Nkonge and Kabulasoke substations.
This makes the subgroup part of a growth agenda to build resilience, catalyze sustainable growth, and promote net zero economic transition in Uganda and indeed across Africa as the world economy moves towards a low carbon future.
Wadulo Mark Arnold for UBC Business.
Thank you very much there, Wadulo Mark Arnold. As we continue in business, Ugandans are urged to adhere to proper procedures during land transactions to curb the rampant cases of land grabbing in the country. The message was conveyed by the Chief Executive Officer at Tabula Property Services while presenting a coveted land title to Nalongo Nasasira, the fortunate winner of a land draw in Wakiso district.
Instances of land grabbing in Uganda have resulted in numerous fatalities, property destruction among others.
Here to give away a land title which was won by one of our clients, Babla at Sasili.
Mutesa Ronald of Tabula Property Services has stressed the significance of following correct procedures when acquiring land in Uganda.
Without wrangles, we should follow the right procedures. Being made an inspection and being convinced of the goodness of that land, ask for the block and plot number for that plot. Go and make an official search from the land's offices.
He highlighted the imperative need for thorough land research before engaging in any significant investments. Mutesa Sra emphasized the necessity for prospective buyers to conduct diligent research before finalizing transactions. He shed light on the prevalence of land disputes in contemporary Uganda, urging vigilance during land transaction.
After getting the official search, come with that search, go again back to the land and look for the area leaders, like LC1 officials, to confirm whether that land belongs to those people who are selling.
The CEO of Tabula Property Services cautioned against potential legal complications and advocated for adherence to proper procedures to safeguard individuals from purchasing disputed land parcels. Recognizing the importance of collaboration between private entities and local communities, there is need for sustainable growth and collective responsibility in land stewardship.
So if you want to build a house, get a good planner who can design for you a house. And having got that plan, go to the district planners and the engineers and approve that plan.
Tabula says they have a log line where they say that own property, own wealth. So this is wealth for my Balongo, for my twin boys, yeah? So yes, they will have land in the future and will have appreciated. Can you imagine? They will always know that Tabula gave them this gift.
Mary Namkose, so that Kaye, UBC News.
Well, let's enter into the world of sports.
My boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock on my shop. The signs and symptoms of success, the bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're so tingy. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
How
Welcome back now into the world of sport. Uganda Christian University Mukono has become the first team to earn a semi-final berth in the Uganda Pepsi University Football League. Our reporter has more.
University in the first leg, Uganda Christian University Mukono utilized home advantage and their away goal rule to seal a semi-final slot in the Pepsi University Football League.
We knew that the game was not going to be easy, but we prepared for everything. We knew what we were doing, we knew how to manage every minute of the game, and the good thing that we managed to score a goal, which we managed to protect by doing different things, and we have been able to qualify to the semi-finals.
This after a 1-0 victory secured by Ann Isaac for a Roth 48th minute strike and a 2-all aggregate score for the 2019 champions.
Of course, every game comes with a different test. The group stages, we didn't get the test of the group stages is not the same as the one of the quarterfinals. We expect the hurdle is going to be a little bit harder. So I think we need to train harder, minimize our mistakes, just like we do today, and with God's mercy, we are going to win this championship.
The other quarterfinals have witnessed one leg in which Nkumba and Uganda Matters University drew 1-1, and St. Lawrence University walloped Kampala University 5-2. Action resumes on Tuesday with Makerere University Business School hosting Bugema University, with the teams scoreless on aggregate. The 11th Pepsi University Football League season was for this particular edition aligned to the university education calendar, with action starting in September last year.
Now, still in sports, the long way to crown the 2024 Uganda Chess Open champion has arrived, with the final round expected tomorrow at Northview Hotel in Tinda. John Barnes Sentinel has more.
Almost 3 weeks since opening, the Uganda National Chess Championship climaxes this weekend at Northview Hotel in Ntinda. Dubbed the Super 14, this championship was for the top 14 players in each gender, playing the Swiss format over 13 rounds. The prizes at stake were numerous: a titled land for the male champion and national team slots for the top 5 in each gender. Going into the final round this weekend, Arthur Segwanyi is assured top spot in the open category and thus winner of the titled land. Battle for places in the open category is interesting, with 5 players looking for the final 4 positions for slots on the national team. Nyola Waswa and FIDE Master Haruna Nsubuga are second and third with 8.5 points. While FIDE Master Patrick Kauma, Kamoga Rajab and Candidate Master Egesa Emmanuel are level on 8 points in positions 4 to 6.
I think for me this just shows how very competitive we are, that no one is just going to give you a slot in the national team or in the Olympiad team. And I can tell you our talent in Uganda, I believe, is top notch and is one of the ultimate best ones that we have in Africa. So you can see, so basically apart from our international master of chess, Segwanyi Arthur, who has already qualified with 10.5 points, from number 2 up to number 6, we basically have players just with a difference of half a point.
In the open category final round, Kamoga Rajab plays Wagodo Abdu. Magino Norman faces Candidate Master Egesa Emmanuel. FIDE Master Patrick Kauma plays FIDE Master Bob Bibasa, and champion International Master Arthur Segwanyi takes on Nyola Waswa. In the women's category, it's expected to be a thrilling climax. 3 players, Patricia Kauma, woman Candidate Master Shakira Ampaire and Sana Omprakash, go into the final round level atop the standings with 9.5 points and may require a tiebreaker.
You can see the juniors are taking over, at least as I speak. I believe Kauma Patricia, who is a junior, has already qualified for the national team. Sana has already qualified for the team. And of course, our own development director, woman Candidate Master Ampere Shakira, also has 9.5. And I think she's there fighting with the juniors. So we're waiting to see what transpires.
And if that isn't intriguing enough, then the fact that 2 players, woman FIDE Master Ivy Yamoko and Takali Mili, are tied at 7.5 points in contention for the final national team slot, and thus making Northview the hotel to be in Kampala for all chess enthusiasts.
Amoko, Ivy Claire and Takali Mili, who you would consider senior women players, are battling for one slot, because we believe the other slots are pretty much taken.
In the women's final round, a woman FIDE Master Ivy Yamoko tussles Patricia Kauma. Nabile Caroline is against Penina Nakabo. Takali Mile faces woman Candidate Master Shakira Ampaire, and woman Candidate Master Marian Nakanyike seeks to stop Sana Omprakash. The top 5 in each gender will represent Uganda at the Chess Olympiad in Hungary, and also are lined up for the inaugural BRICS Games in Russia later this year.
And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for being a part of us. Let's meet again at 8 and 10 o'clock. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Good afternoon.